So I thought I'd give you a 20-week update because that's where I am now. I'm 20 weeks. So last week we had our 20-week scan. Even though I was actually only 19 weeks, your 20-week scan can happen anytime between 18 and 20 weeks. So they got me in smack bam in the middle. And all in all, everything is absolutely fine. Everything is happy, healthy. However, it's already developed an attitude problem. So that's something that I think we're going to have to contend with. So in every scan so far, it hasn't kind of behaved, so to speak, or whenever there's been any checks. So in the first scan, it took a little while to get the measurements because it kept going off and doing its own thing and mucking around. When I went to the midwife for my 18-week scan. No, it wouldn't have been a scan. 18-week check? 15-week check? Oh, I can't remember. It was the heartbeat check. Again, as soon as the baby knew that they were trying to do something in terms of measuring the heartbeat, it went off and wouldn't come anywhere near the sensor, so they had to take the sensor off my stomach. So then the baby didn't know, and then the baby came back and they managed to get the heartbeat. And the 20-week scan was no exception, so it had been moving absolutely fine all day. It's a very active baby. It pretty much moves all the time. It's a bit quieter in the morning, obviously likes its sleep like me, and then tends to wake up around 10:30, 11. And from then it's kind of pretty active on and off throughout the day, and that's its normal routine, and that had been absolutely fine, absolutely normal last Thursday when we went, and even to the point when we were sitting in the waiting room, it was moving around, so you thought, okay, this is going to be fine. And then walking down the corridor to the actual sonographer's room, I did say to Mark, if it's got, by its track record, this isn't going to go well. This isn't going to go how we plan. I think this will. And true to form, she put the probe just near my stomach, so I wasn't pressing on it, so it didn't know. And you got a full frontal shot of the face, which was bizarre. For anyone else who likes anatomy, that would have been amazing. The sonographer thought that was amazing. Mark thought that was incredible. I thought that was fairly horrifying, if I'm completely honest. That is what will give me nightmares for the next few weeks, and it's a sight I still cannot get out of my head. Now, I hate Halloween, so skeletons and all that kind of thing, it's really not my bag. Now, if the baby had looked like an elf, or Father Christmas, or Tinkerbell, amazing! I can completely see where you're coming from. But what we did see was a full front view of a skull. So you saw complete skull face, complete with eye sockets, a nose. It was moving its jaw. You could see both sets of teeth, because they have both sets of teeth already, which is really frightening. Especially if I was thinking or kind of contemplating breastfeeding. That is a thought. And you could see the ear bones. You could make out the complete face, just no flesh on it. Which, it was an incredible sight, if you like that kind of thing. But as soon as the sonographer pressed, just very slightly, I mean, when I say pressed, she isn't like digging a stick in you or anything, just slightly pressed, that was it, the baby was off. Kind of clenched itself up, sat on its feet, so for ages we couldn't find the second foot, so that was causing a bit of a concern, but it turned out he'd just curled it, or she, we don't know. I keep calling it he because Mark keeps calling it he, and now it's caught on. But she was sitting on its feet, and it had its arms up close to its chest, so it was causing a few issues when we were trying to measure the heart. We could see one chamber really, really clearly, which was the aorta chamber, I want to say, but they like to see then the other kind of valve, I guess that's what it is. But that was taking quite a while, and we couldn't find that for quite some time, so that was causing a bit of concern for a bit, but then she did find it, so that was absolutely fine. But all in all, it then went over onto its stomach, So its back was actually going up against the lining of my stomach, so it was kind of facing inwards to me. So it was basically just making it and facing us away from the camera as much as it could. So the resulting picture is piss poor, if I am honest with you. So let's see how we can do this. So obviously here is the head. Yeah, there's out the light. And then up the top here is its spine, with one hand coming down here, and then that is its foot. So there's one foot on show, and then it's facing downwards. But considering how clear its first picture was, we were really looking forward to a really good second picture. And it's god awful. Even the sonographer apologised and said, that's not kind of one of her finest pieces of work. But what can you do? It just was not playing ball. And throughout the time, to try and get it to cooperate, I'd gone for a walk. You're meant to have a full bladder, which I did for the scan. For whatever reason, it can make it clearer. I actually had to go to the toilet because sometimes that can get them to move. I started off on my back. I then moved to my left. I then tried on my right. Either way, the baby just would not move. So that was the best photo they could get, and I really hope that his school photos are a damn sight better than that one. And then the little munchkin that it is, as soon as we got to the car, it started moving. So it's got a mind of its own. I'm pretty sure it is a ginger in the making. The one thing that everyone is dying to know, did we find out the sex? And the answer is kinda. So what we did ask is we took along a card, like a Christmas, it is a Christmas card, but you wouldn't, I think whenever we say that, everyone's got pictures of like snow and Father Christmas on the front. It wasn't quite like that. But the theme of the nursery is stars, like grey and white and stars. So we managed to find a grey and white card, believe it or not, with a gold star on the front, and it just says twinkle twinkle little star. So we bought that and we gave it to the sonographer, and we asked her to write in the card what it is, and then should we want to know, then we're going to open it on Christmas Day. We haven't then decided as to whether we're then going to share it or keep it to ourselves. And that's not because we want to be selfish or because, we don't want to include people in that. It's more kind of respecting other people's wishes, because there's a number of people who don't want to know. And obviously if you've got some people who know, some people who then don't, there's no way it's going to keep secret. So it's kind of just assessing, like, the people who have said, I really don't want to know, and actually potentially just keeping it to ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we only did it because Mark wanted to know. I'd quite like a surprise, but there's no way I'm going to be able to let Mark know and not me. But whether we then keep it quiet and then in respect for everybody else, then keep it quiet and announce it obviously when it arrives. So we will see. We'll keep you updated on that front. This is the week, because obviously I film videos and then I schedule them in advance, just to allow me time to then make other updates, and I'll kind of then post them, because I'm not the quickest. I'm not a professional, as you can probably tell from the quality of these videos. But also I was filming videos before we announced at 12 weeks, so I'm kind of like 12 weeks or a few weeks ahead of everybody else. But this is the week that the video went live regarding how kind of it is okay to be okay and how I was feeling. And I've had some really nice comments, really lovely comments. I've had 3 or 4 people message just to say, oh my God, I hope, I never said anything that upset you, which is really nice that people care. And as I've reiterated to all of them, I'm sure the people who did make the comments that made me feel like that, I'm sure they would be horrified to know that that's how I'd felt, and I'm sure it was never intended like that. But it's really nice. It's also meant I've had messages of other people who I don't know to say, oh my God, I feel the same way and I've been going through the same thing. And that's incredible. So, I've kind of also met the aim of reaching out to people who might be in a similar situation to me and don't have other people to talk to. But likewise, I think it's also made some people think about how that actually, when you're pregnant, you are a bit of a hormonal mess. So you don't always take comments how they're meant. And you can really, you analyse everything because you're so hypercritical of yourself anyway. And what on earth is coming and how you're going to do it. Are you going to be any good at it? How do you do it? Where the hell are these instruction manuals on how you look after these things? You're already so tied up and anxious and you've got 2 sets of hormones racing through your body, and interestingly, those hormones might not be compatible with yours. So I might have boy hormones running through. God knows what effect that will have on me. But yeah, so I think it's made other people think as well. Not that they even needed to think, but it's hopefully it's made a positive difference. Tonight is my work due, so I have got an outfit, and I'll show you it before I go because I can then give you a good bump update in terms of a shot. I don't know if you can really see it. No, I just look like I've eaten a few bacon butties there, don't I? Which I have. No, not today. No, not today anyway. So I'll give you a shot before I go because that's kind of another thing to contend with as you go along, in that changing body shape and how you contend with that. My natural reaction is, if I'm putting on weight, then I try and claw back what I'm eating, go to the gym. Alright, for anyone who knows me, I'm not that committed to the gym. However, you then make an effort because you notice it, whereas this is all very different because things are growing rapidly, and it is exciting because you know why they're growing, but you're also like how you look at yourself and how you look changes, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. And how comfortable you feel with that change. So I've sent back a massive Boohoo order today, which none of the stuff I've kept, and all of it was meant to wear for tonight, and instead I'm actually wearing, I think, I'm either going to wear some jeans and a nice top, see how that looks, or there's a black dress that I got, which I think is in my clothing haul, which I actually got a face ache from someone else, and it's just a tight black dress. That makes it sound really tarty, but just like a t-shirt style dress, and I might just dress it up with some heels and a necklace, to be honest, because let's be honest, I'm going to look like a real life Christmas pudding no matter what I wear. But I'll give you that update before I leave. Right, so ready. Excuse the mess around me. We've had to move obviously the cot out because I've got people staying tonight. But in terms of outfits, I've curled my hair to try and detract from the enlarging figure. I've gone for the black kind of t-shirt dress, like I said earlier. Just dressed it up with a bit of a Primani necklace. Gone for sparkly gold heels. Some of the copters here. And we have a musical teddy bear chair. We'll have a baby in eventually. But in terms of bumpage, as you can see, it is growing fairly rapidly. So that's 20 weeks. So it will be my first time I've actually tried to dress it up somewhat. I am taking flats with me as well because my sense of balance isn't that good right now. I do tend to wobble somewhat, and obviously I will be driving tonight, so I need to walk from the car park. But yeah, let's go!